I'm a 32-year-old woman, and for as long as I can remember, 20 years, to be exact, my mother has blamed me for ruining her body after giving birth to me. It wasn't just a passing joke or something she said once in frustration. No, this was a core part of her personality, a belief she carried like a badge of honor. She'd bring it up at family gatherings, while shopping, even in front of my friends. She'd pull at the loose skin on her stomach or gesture toward the stretch marks on her arms and sigh dramatically. "This is all because of you, Lauren," she'd say. I had the perfect body before I got pregnant. If I ignored her, she'd repeat it. If I laughed awkwardly, she'd double down. There was no winning. My parents divorced when I was 12, and I lived with my dad after the court granted him custody. My mother had a drinking problem, nothing that would land her in rehab, but enough that she couldn't keep a job or take care of a kid. The judge saw that, and my dad, despite working long hours, got full custody. My mother, though, got something out of the divorce too: alimony. She hadn't worked in years and convinced the court that she was incapable of doing so. For 2 decades, my father has been paying her $2,500 a month. That money was supposed to support her because she claimed that pregnancy had permanently wrecked her ability to work. The way she talked about it, you'd think I had shattered her spine rather than just, been born. It was the foundation of her excuse. She was too broken to have a career, and my father had to foot the bill for the rest of his life. Meanwhile, I worked my way through college, got my degree, and landed a solid job as a paralegal in Chicago. I live in a small apartment, pay my own bills, and do what I can to build a stable life. My mother never congratulated me or showed any interest in my career. Her only concern was that I never asked her for money, because she had none to give. That was another thing she'd remind me of constantly: how poor she was and how hard life had been for her since she sacrificed everything to give birth. Then, about 5 years ago, something changed. She started dressing better, wearing more makeup, even carrying designer bags. At first, I assumed she had just learned to budget better or found some discount stores, but then I noticed other things. Her skin looked smoother, her lips fuller, her entire face seemed different. She denied getting work done at first, but I wasn't blind. Every time I visited, there was something new. At first, it was just Botox and a few minor tweaks, but then, suddenly she had a perfect nose, lifted brows, and suspiciously perky features for a woman pushing 60. I started wondering how she was affording it. Alimony barely covered rent, let alone a series of cosmetic procedures. Yet, as I dug deeper, I realized she had been receiving financial gifts from various sources, including an old friend she had never named and a suspiciously large payout from a personal loan that never needed to be repaid. When I asked, she got defensive, saying she had connections or that she deserved to feel beautiful after everything she'd been through. She never explained where the money actually came from, though. Then last Christmas, my dad and I were having a drink together, and he let out a frustrated sigh. He was 58, still working overtime to keep up with his bills, and hers. He'd never remarried, never moved on completely, and he was still paying for a woman who hadn't contributed to her own life in 2 decades. That conversation stuck with me. Something about the way my dad looked so exhausted, so resigned, made me angry. 2 months ago, I went to drop off a birthday card at my mother's house. I wasn't planning on staying long, but while I was there, I noticed a stack of unopened mail on the kitchen counter. I don't know what made me look, but I did. Right on top, in clear bold letters, were invoices from multiple plastic surgery clinics. I hesitated. I knew it was wrong to snoop, but curiosity got the better of me. I flipped through them quickly while she was in the bathroom. My heart pounded as I read the numbers: $45,000 worth of procedures over the last 3 years. And it wasn't just that